Alright, let's dive into this because it's a move that's got the rugby world talking. New Wallabies coach Les Kiss has just named his first starting lineup, and personally, I think it's a bold statement about where he sees this team heading. The big headline. He's backing the inexperienced Halves pairing of Lonergan and Declan Meredith for the test against Japan. Now, on the surface, this might seem like a risky play, especially with veterans like Tate McDermott on the bench. But if you take a step back and think about it, Kiss is sending a clear message: he's prioritizing potential over proven track records. What makes this really interesting is that he's essentially doubling down on the combination that emerged during the injury crisis under Joe Schmidt. In my opinion, this isn't just about these two players, it's about Kiss staking his claim on the team's identity. He's saying, "This is my squad, and I'm willing to bet on youth and chemistry." Now, let's talk about the broader context here. Kiss is stepping into a tough situation. Joe Schmidt's tenure was, let's be honest, underwhelming. 12 wins out of 31 tests. That's not the Wallabies standard anyone's happy with. But what many people don't realize is that Kiss has been in the wings for over a year, waiting for his moment. He's had time to observe, to plan, and to build relationships with players. His history with Schmidt, especially from their days in Ireland, probably gives him a unique perspective on what worked and what didn't. So, when he sticks with Lonergan and Meredith, it's not just a random choice, it's a calculated bet on continuity and development. One thing that immediately stands out is how he's balancing loyalty to Schmidt's foundation with his own vision. For example, he's kept Harry Wilson as captain, which makes sense given Wilson's experience, but he's also brought in fresh faces like Aidan and Miles Amatosero. This raises a deeper question: how much of this squad is Kiss's, and how much is still Schmidt's shadow? Another detail I find fascinating is the omission of Carter Gordon from the starting lineup. Gordon's return from rugby league has been highly anticipated, but Kiss has opted to keep him on the sidelines for now. From my perspective, this could be a strategic move to ease him back into the international game, or it could be a signal that Kiss isn't convinced he's ready yet. Either way, it's a decision that's going to be scrutinized, especially if the Halves pairing doesn't click against Japan. What this really suggests is that Kiss is willing to take heat for his choices, which is both risky and refreshing. Coaches often play it safe in their first matches, but Kiss seems to be leaning into the challenge. Now, let's talk about the bigger picture. The Wallabies are just over a year out from the World Cup, and time is not on their side. Kiss needs to build combinations, foster confidence, and establish a clear style of play, fast. The fact that he's persisted with the back three of Harry Potter, Max Jorgensen, and Tom Wright shows he's not completely tearing things down, but the changes he has made, like bringing in Hunter Paisami at inside center, indicate he's not afraid to shake things up. Personally, I think this is the right approach. You can't build a winning team by standing still, and Kiss seems to understand that. But here's the thing: Japan under Eddie Jones is no pushover. They're a side that thrives on disrupting their opponent's rhythm, and if the Wallabies inexperienced have struggled to find their footing, it could be a long night in Osaka. What makes this match even more intriguing is the narrative around Jones himself. He's a former Wallabies coach, and there's no doubt he'll be looking to prove a point. So, while Kiss is focused on building for the future, he's also got to deliver results in the present. It's a fine line to walk, and how he manages it will tell us a lot about his coaching philosophy. In my opinion, the most exciting aspect of this lineup is the potential for growth. Lonergan and Meredith might be inexperienced now, but if Kiss's gamble pays off, they could become the backbone of this team for years to come. What many people don't realize is that great partnerships in rugby often emerge from moments like these, when a coach takes a chance on untested talent. If you take a step back and think about it, this could be the start of something special, or it could be a costly experiment. Either way, it's a narrative worth following. So, as we head into Saturday's match, here's my closing thought: Les Kiss is not just picking a team, he's making a statement. He's saying he's willing to take risks, back young talent, and build something new. Whether it works or not remains to be seen, but one thing's for sure: this Wallabies side is going to be fascinating to watch. What do you think? Is Kiss making the right call, or is he setting himself up for a fall? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more rugby analysis. Cheers!